Okay, so we're going to start with this meditation, and then after that, I will answer Connie's question, and we'll get into that, and hopefully we'll have a little bit time towards the end. So if there's other questions, I can answer that. So the first meditation we're going to do is a simple meditation. I'm going to be asking you to keep your attention on your third eye. Just put your attention here. And from within, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to keep your attention here. Now, this doesn't require a lot of effort. It's very simple. You simply just put your attention here. And we're going to be speaking a language you've never spoken. And this is called blah, blah, blah meditation, or it's gibberish. And it doesn't require any thinking, because speaking a language you've never spoken is very simple. You just simply start speaking and letting words come out of your mouth. So we begin. Okay? Close your eyes, bring your attention on your third eye, and let's start. Abagajanana Waraga Jinjana Wanadina Wariga Jagana Wana Jinjata Wari Waraga Jishara Warasaka Shishara Wari Wariana Wana Gajagata Wara Awaya Yawa Shatakala Sawa Shanan Nawajaganan Zariga Jarawaga Jan Wariwa Jigo Wari Wajagan Janina Wariana Gajawan Sadagaja Waywa Abakachagani no Wajanani Ranajana Warakachagara Warasana Kachanana Sanana Wakaja Jadawa Jijowa Shawakadabana Shana Nana Kachanana Sana Wanakachana Waria Janja Waria Jija Wakawa Jadawari Wari. Take a deep breath. Keep your attention on your third eye. And just breathe in and out very gently without an effort. Don't try. You cannot do this wrong. However you do it, it's okay. Just breathe in and out and keep your attention on your third eye, on your forehead. One more time, we're going to do this. Abagajana sanana wanaka chadawasi shanda gajawa shanda waja gajawada wana sanana kachita sadawaka chadawaya diawaka shawaka washna washana shana gajawana gaja jinjila wala sadaka chata sanana wana yana wani janyana. Abagashi shishuan sata chekata waraka chekada wariana nana shana sadada warayada. Sashwakhtawatha Sadawakata Datasharakata Wadika Jananan Sanawana Kachanana Sanawana Wara. Take a deep breath. Keep your attention on your third eye. Keep breathing in and out from your third eye. The next meditation is going to be a laughing meditation. We're going to be laughing as you close your eyes, keep your attention on your third eye, and we'll be laughing. Bring your attention on your third eye. Just keep attention here. Just be effortless. You don't need to try. Simply keep your attention on your third eye. And gently breathe in and out. Without an effort, don't try. If you're trying, you're not doing it right. It should be effortless. Simply, you're present, you're here. Your attention is on your third eye and you're breathing in and out. And it's okay if your thoughts come and go. Don't worry about that. One more time. Deep breath. Pay attention on your third eye. Breathe in and out. Very easy on yourself. Don't try hard. Simply be in this moment without any agendas, any stories. Simple being. The next meditation we're going to be doing is a active meditation. I'm going to ask you to stand up for those of you who can. If you can't, that's fine. Just go with the energy. We're standing up. We keep our attention on one point. Keep your attention on your third eye. And we're going to be shaking and making noises. So as you have your attention on your third eye, so we're going to be shaking, making noises. So just find a comfortable position for yourself. Again, physically you can't do it. It's okay. So we're going to start. Take a deep breath. Come back to your center. Come back to this place. And again, this is not as involved putting effort. The idea of all meditations is to bring you into this place of being. You simply are. And that's the ultimate meditation. You are present. You're here in this moment. And you're available to what is. And simply you're here. Put your hands on your heart. And in this moment, I would like you to just simply accept yourself and love yourself for just being, not for anything, any stories, anything in particular. Simply that you are, you're here, and you're accepting yourself for being here and loving yourself. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I forgive myself.
Ah. So one more time. Take a deep breath. Think back into your heart. Come back to this place. Just relax into it. Take a deep breath. Just relax into this moment without any stories. and ignore your mind and your thoughts. Don't pay attention to it. Don't try to stop your mind. Just don't pay any attention to it. And repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everybody.
I love everybody.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive everybody.
I forgive everybody.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm love.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm light.
Because I'm God.
Because I'm God.
That's why I love myself.
That's why I love myself.
And I forgive myself.
And I forgive myself.
I say yes to love.
I say yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes to love.
Yes.
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 You're welcome to go back to your seats.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, sweetie. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay, good. How are you?
Let's just stay in our silence right now. Let's just stay in this place. Hmm. Take a deep breath. Slowly, slowly come back. We can all see with very simple meditations, laughter and some love affirmations, we can easily come back into our own center. We come back to a peaceful, quiet place within ourselves. And it doesn't matter that we're far away from each other, and this is being done via internet. The power of transmission of truth, it is always available. And it gets transmitted regardless of where we're at. How far is the distance? It doesn't matter. The fact that we tune in and we plug into the source and we receive the transmission and we become quiet automatically. We come back to our center. And in our center, there is nothing but silence and love and peace. That's our center of our being. And that's why we're so attracted to it all of our lives. We're looking for that, for this place inside ourselves. Away from the noise, away from the distraction of blah, 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 we come to this place. So the subject of free will, whether free will does exist or not. No, that's okay. If it gets loud, then we do it. How many people they hear that I can see on my screen believe that or believe that they have their own free will, and you decide on doing something and it's your will and you do it? Just be honest with me. Okay, great. So I'll give you some examples and I let you come to this conclusion. Of course, I'll give you my understanding of the absolute, which is very limited, because the absolute is not to be understood. The infinite is not something we can find out with our thinking mind. The infinite, the infinity, is something which you can become a part of it, but you cannot understand it, because the thinking mind doesn't have the capability of understanding infinite. Infinite means it keeps going on and on and on and on, and it never stops. And the mind cannot get an understanding of it, because the mind needs to have a frame to work in. So I will use this example. Let's say there's an echo, Shishi.
That has to do with the
Okay, so, all right. I think it's working. All right. So when we plan on going somewhere, let's say that you do decide on going on a workshop, or you're going to go to a wedding, or whatever it is, and we're going to go somewhere which is maybe a few miles or 5 miles away from where you live. And, you know, whatever that is, it doesn't matter. But so we need a number of different cooperations. First of all, you got this idea that you would like to go to this wedding, or you're going to go to the movies, or you're going to go to Zarathustra's workshop, whatever. Again, it doesn't matter what the theme of your motivation is that something is appealing to you and something gives you this feeling that you want to be a part of it. So you decide to go to this thing. So what do? I mean, if you want to simply go to a workshop, you have to plan that the weekend of the workshop, it suits your hours. You can take time off from work or your family. Your body has to be in a good condition. You cannot be ill or sick. So that particular weekend, I'm just going to use Zarathustra's workshop for simplicity. So you want to plan on going to Zarathustra's workshop next time he comes to Norway or Denmark or Sweden. So you have to choose the weekend that the workshop is there, and hopefully that weekend you're free. You don't have to work, or there's nothing significant in your life happening. Then you have to get the cooperation of if you are a mother, you have kids, your family, hopefully no one gets sick, because if you're going to go to Zarathustra's workshop and on that weekend, let's say your child falls down and breaks his arm or cut himself through the glass, what are you going to do? You're going to take care of the most important thing. You're going to take your child to the emergency room and have his hand taken care of. Or if, let's say, you get a phone call, God forbid, your mother had a heart attack, you're not going to go to Zarathustra's workshop. You're going to go see your mother in a hospital and take care of your mother. And that's the most proper thing and more logical thing to do. So you have to be lucky in that particular weekend. There is cooperation from your family members that nothing happens to them. And that's not a part of your free will. That's out of your control. You cannot decide on that and will that weekend nothing happens to anybody of your close family, and you can go to the workshop. So that's something that existence had to cooperate with you. Then there is the other element that if your body is going to do cooperation. Okay, so what if you are planning to come to my workshop and you ate something the night before and the next day you wake up and you have the worst diarrhea of your life? Or if you're a woman, your cycle just started it on the morning or the night before you come to my workshop, and you have the worst cramps in your stomach. If I get the worst diarrhea of my life, I don't want to go to somebody's workshop. All I want to do is stay close to the toilet and keep a warm bag on my stomach because I'm in a very uncomfortable situation. So your body has to cooperate. Your body that weekend has to say, yes, I'm going to be healthy, I'm not going to have any problems, and I'm going to cooperate with you to go do a workshop. Then you have to be financially be able to afford it. And you have to be in a position that you can actually pay for the workshop. So your financial situation has to allow you to take time off and be able to do a workshop. So that's another element which, what if something just happened? What if you crashed your car, or for some reason you lost your job? Any kind of financial difficulty that you weren't expecting has happened. Something happened to a member of your family. They come to you, they need money, and that's more important. So you need to help them financially. Now you don't have any money to pay for the workshop because helping, let's say, I don't know, someone got into trouble legally, they did something, and now you have to pay for the lawyer. It's your son, it's your daughter, it's your friend, and all your money has gone into paying for lawyers. And now you don't have any money for the workshop. So that also is not in your control, that you can say, oh, it's my will and I will it to happen, because these are outside elements outside of our reach. All right, so let's say we have these cooperations. How about some of you have cars and you live in the country and you have to drive to come to Zarathustra's workshop. Or somebody's going to drive you, or you're going to get a bus or taxi or the metro or whatever it is. If you have your own car and you're going to take a car to drive to go somewhere, most cars are made, they're made of 10,000 pieces. And all these pieces, every time you go sit in your car and you turn the switch and you want to ignite the car and start it, 10,000 pieces in the car, they all have to hold their structural integrity. All these pieces have to say yes in that moment that we're all going to work. The injector, the transmission, the fuel pump, the fuel filter, the alternator, the regulator, the engine, everything in the car in that moment has to say yes. The brakes, the lights, in order for a car to work properly, for you to go from point A to point B. So the car has to be working just perfectly that day. Otherwise, if something's wrong with the car, then it's not starting, the battery died, something has happened to it, and now your car is not working. Or you're driving your car on your way to go to Zarathustra's workshop and the car dies. Something happened to it. Has anyone experienced that the car doesn't work? Your car dies in the middle of driving it? Yeah. So the car has to say yes too. And is that your free will? Is that your free will makes a car work? Or the mechanics and the technology of a car makes it work? So the fact that the car is working properly is not in your control. That's out of your control as well. So now you're in your car, you're driving, and you're passing other cars. So every driver, every car you're passing, that driver and his or her vehicle must be working perfectly. They pass by you and you don't run into each other. And is it always perfect? Do accidents happen? Someone is passing you, driving by, and they're on the phone. Their phone rings and they go pick up the phone. They lose their concentrations and they have a head-to-head collision with you. Is that your free will? Are you in control of somebody else who's driving and passing you by? How much of it has to do with your free will? So somebody is passing you by, their kids are in the back of the car, kids started fighting with each other, and the mom, dad's attention goes, and then boom, they have a car accident and they hit you. What if someone else's car is passing by you and their car breaks down? Or their brake goes out, or something happens, or they're driving on ice and the road is slippery and they slip and they hit you. Is that your free will? Are you in control of that? What if you're driving and the stoplight, there's the stoplights, there's the green, there's the yellow, and then there's the red. And all of these stoplights, they have to work perfectly in synchronicity with each other in order for us to be able to drive and go through the traffic lights and not have a collision. What if one day something went wrong? Have you heard of the trains running into each other, train accidents? Is always everything with technology working in perfection? Is it possible for the stoplights not working perfectly and you have a collision? Does it happen? And is that your free will? Are you in control of that? And how much are you in control of it? So that is also outside of your control. What about the weather? Does weather play a factor in you getting in your car or getting in a bus or in a tunnelbane or tebane to make it to a place? What if you have the worst storm of history of your country on that weekend and trees are falling down, there's like 2 meters of snow, everything has got shut down, and it's virtually impossible to drive? Are you still going to make it to the workshop? And is that your free will? Is that your will, or that's the nature? So in order for you to come to my workshop, in order for me to go from point A to point B, even if right now I decide I want to go to a movie theater, or I want to go to a shopping center, or to Safeway and buy some food and come back. Millions of different elements have to cooperate with each other. They have to align with each other for me to do a very simple thing. And normally we have a tendency to not pay any attention to these things. And yeah, I say to myself, this is my free will. I decide to go to this workshop. I decided it. It's my free will. But now I'm not paying any attention to all of these other elements that they have to cooperate. My body has to say yes. There cannot be any kind of health issues with my family, no accidents. So all of my family, friends, close people to me, important people to me, they have to say yes on that particular weekend. Financially, it has to be yes. Weather has to say yes. My car has to say yes. Traffic lights have to say yes. All the other drivers driving by, they have to say yes. I'm not paying attention to any of these things. I'm just like this. Oh, I decided that it's my free will, and I'm going to do this, and I'm not paying attention to any other of these elements cooperating and saying yes, and it's me. So I'm going to get the credit. You can unmute it, please. What about, and if it's loud, then we mute it. What about, how many times in your life, I've met many, many people, including my own stories, that I met a lot of people, they said, yes, I thought I'm going to finish my school. I got my nursing degree and I'm going to be a nurse, or I'm going to go to another country, work as a nurse. Instead, I ended up marrying my high school sweetheart, and I ended up having 3 kids, and I never left. How many times in your life you wanted to go this direction, and you ended up going this direction? How many times in your life you want to do something and you end up doing something else? Okay. I want you to pay attention to this. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just sharing with you, and I want you to look at it. I had tea with a friend of mine yesterday, and she was telling me, I was convinced when I was in my 20s that by age 35, I will be married and I will be having kids. And I'm 35 now, and I don't have kids, and there is no prospect of anyone that I would want to have kids with. And I'm wondering what happened. Or the other way around. Or many of us were thinking, okay, if when I grow up, or when I finish my college or whatever, I definitely want to do blah, blah, blah. And then you end up doing something completely opposite. Starting Monday, I'm going to start dieting and go to the gym and exercise. And it comes Monday, and the only thing you don't do is diet and exercise. You do everything else.
Nice.
Free will. My other question is that let's examine this for ourselves. Instead of me telling you whether it is or it's not, is how many people believe of it's all one? The entire existence is all oneness. I don't know. Right. If existence, if the entire existence is one, it's all one, right? Then how can I be separated from that oneness? It's all one, and now I'm here with my free will, and then there is the entire existence. If I'm a part of the entire existence, then how could I have my individual separated free will from the will of the existence? If I'm a part of existence, isn't my will same as the will of existence? If I'm a part of the existence, then my individual free will, isn't it a part of the will of the existence? Because I'm a part of the existence. How could my will not be a part of the existence? You know? Is it possible? Could there be a possibility? We're entertaining this, okay? You don't have to agree with me. Is it possible? We all, from the time we were born and we're living our lives, do experience separation. Our experience of our lives is separation. And we don't have the ability of tapping into the collective mind. So we feel lonely, we feel left out, we can be heartbroken, we fear others, other people. Someone may come and hurt me, they may steal me, kidnap me. If I'm younger, I could be raped, I could be beaten. So we fear things because we have our individual world, and our minds and our experiences are very individual. And obviously, we believe that we're separated from the whole because our experience is in separation. We don't have the ability to tap into the collective mind. So I cannot hear your thoughts or other people's thoughts. I cannot feel your feelings. I cannot telepathically communicate with everybody else and just send messages and hear what's going on. How are you feeling? So therefore, as a result of not being able to tap into the collective, I feel separated, and my experience is separation. So therefore, we grow up believing that our will is, Rosalie, just 1 minute, I'm not finished. Our will, we have our own separate free will because we don't tap into the collective. So obviously, we begin to believe in this way. But what happens is, as you awaken, as you start to come out of this way of looking at life, that everything is separated, you start to open up, that the mind begins to loses its grip. And your third eye starts to open up. That's a way of explaining it. But I'm not just saying it's that. I'm saying that your vision begins to become broader. Or what happens, you start to having an experience of the whole thing, of the totality. And you begin to slowly feel your connection with everything, with other people, with animals, with vegetation, with the weather system. You start to feel that you're just not this small individual separated from the collective. And that's why you're on this path. You're on this spiritual path right now, because something is pulling you in. Something is opening, taking the curtains away, and for you to start to see that there is more than what you always thought there is. And we're kind of getting away from the teachings from the church, the religious teachings, the stuff maybe our parents told us or our teachers told us. We're kind of not satisfied with only this way of thinking. We're starting to experience and feel that there is something more than black and white. It's not only this way or it's not that way. Your vision starts to become more broad, and your sixth sense starts to go to work. You begin to feel, hear, touch, smell beyond your six senses. And you open up to the collective. Did I decide that I want to become a spiritual person? What's the difference between me and my cousin or my brother? We grew up under the same roof. We ate the same food. We went to the same school. It was the same belief system that we grew up under. What pulled me into this path to go against the herd and grow my hair long and go to India and not go get a job like all of the rest of my cousins and family and get married and have kids and live my life like everybody else? What pulled me in going in this other direction that everybody said, don't go that way? What are you doing? What pulled me to go that way? What pulled you here today to listen to me? Why aren't you watching a game or a show or something else? Don't you have anything better to do than sitting here listening to me? You know, you can come up with a million different things better than doing this and more entertaining. And your family, your friends, your kids, how come they're not here? They're not interested. Something inside you is whispering, is seeking, wants the answers, knows there is more, is looking for something. You know down deep inside you that there is more. I don't need to tell you that. You already know it inside you. And whatever you get, your education, your schooling, church is not satisfying. It's not making you happy, because you know there is something much bigger than that, than just the Scandinavian dream of driving the station wagon, the Volvo station wagon with 2 kids and the dog. The picture is great. I love the picture. Maybe you did it at one point, but you're not happy with it. You know there is more. There is something much greater than that. It doesn't end there. How come millions of people, we call them the mainstream people, we call them the normal people? You know, they believe in the crown, they believe in this football, the football games, they believe in, you know, they like McDonald's and what, you know, the mainstream mentality. They like to go to work, come home, watch TV, and da 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 da. They like the noise, but you're sensitive to the noise. You can't handle the noise anymore. You can't laugh at those jokes anymore. You can't watch those TV programs anymore. You have come to this path. And how did you come to this path? You used to be one of them before. Or how did you change? Was it your free will? Did you decide to change? Or something brought you in this direction? I would like you to examine this for yourself. We have, since we started it a little bit late, if you would like to stay with me, we can go a little bit longer. And I'll answer some questions. But basically, the more I awakened, the more I started to see and realize myself, the more I began to see that my imaginary free will, it's only an imagination. And it never existed. It does exist within the realm of what I call relative reality. The reality of the world that I see and I believe is real. This world I live in, it seems like it's real. And in that, I have a sense of an individual separated from everything. And in that sense of separation, it seems, it appears that I have free will. It appears to be that way. But a lot of times, my free will doesn't work. A lot of times, I want to go that direction, and I ended up here. A lot of times, I want to do this, and I do a stupid thing. And sometimes I'm wondering how in the world I did that. What happened to my free will? That's not what I wanted. How come did I end up with this thing? Go ahead, Rosalie. Ask your question.
Yeah, I was up on the mountain in a foggy rain, and I was sitting down. And then I got a message that I was not me. I was not my emotion. I was light. And right after, when I looked around me and I said, your feeling is just energy. And you're nothing more than that. And I didn't understand anything.
Well, this is the planet of energy. Everything is energy on this planet. Huh? Yeah, for one moment. This is the planet of energy, and quantum physics, it's been a long time that has proven that there is no matter. For example, this cell phone I have, it's dense energy. My body, this body is dense energy. And it's proved by quantum physics. It's not a spiritual idea, and today it's the fact. So this is the planet of energy. And everything is connected to everything. We're interconnected so deeply that we have no idea of it. I give you an example. We breathe the same air. There is no new air coming from space. You know, it's like here in the US, they bring Evian water from France or Italy or wherever, and they import Evian water from another country. But we don't have any new air imported from the space. It's the same air has been here ever since the ever since. It's the same air that Genghis Khan, Gandhi, Hitler, Mother Teresa, Donald Trump, George W. Bush, Albert Einstein. It's the same air everyone's been breathing it. Now, when you breathe this air, let's say you're in one room with a bunch of people and you're breathing the same air. This air is going through your lungs and it's carrying particles, the molecules of you, and you breathe it out and someone else is breathing it in. So there's particles, the molecules of you going into someone else's body, and there is in you and everyone else around you. So everything gets recycled in everyone's body. So you pick up particles of other people. The food we eat, the vegetables we're eating, the animals we're eating, and us who are eating them, then what happens? We die, they bury us in the ground. The worms, the maggots, the bacteria, they eat our body, our flesh. Then they are in the soil. Then they're part of the vegetation. So particles of my dead body goes into the soil, goes into becomes bacteria, becomes worms. Then the animals eat them. Then the vegetation becomes food for vegetables. Then it becomes avocado, and then you eat the avocado. So this thing is in a complete recycling all the time. Continuously is recycling itself. So we have particles, molecules of every being has ever lived on this planet and ever be. It's a complete oneness. And that's the good news, because you're off the hook. You know why you're off the hook? Because you don't need to worry about saving it. Because it's not going to go anywhere. It's always been here. The entire existence has always been here, and it's always going to be here. It may change its form. And it does. This guy is not going to be here forever. This form is going to die. Thank God. It's going to get old, and it's going to fall apart into pieces, and it's going to die. But it gets recycled. But the awareness, the consciousness, the I am is always here. It's always been here. The bodies come and go. And existence, the form, the planet, maybe one day this planet will end, and it will end. But the entire existence is always here. It's not going to go anywhere. Have a message. What is our responsibility? Okay, that's a good question. What is our responsibility? And I'm going to answer that question, and then we're going to end our session. The one and foremost responsibility we have in this life, the first and foremost and the most important one responsibility we have, is to stay honest and truthful to ourselves. Stay honest and truthful to yourself. And whatever that is. to serve your truthfulness to yourself. I'm not talking about being honest to other people, because that's impossible. You can't be always honest to other people. It's basically impossible. Or unless you want to make a fool out of yourself. Being honest to yourself, being truthful to yourself, follow your heart, and staying true to yourself. That's your number one responsibility. And if you can do that, then you serve others, because you're truthful to yourself. You can take the, you can unmute it now. Okay. It's a pleasure seeing you. I don't know how many people here from the US, but I just want to make a quick announcement that this evening I have my Magic Tuesday evening at Gail Zachary's Ranch, Indian Springs Ranch here in LA. It's a free event. It's a shamanic journey, heart awakening, third eye activation event. Tomorrow evening, I have my fifth dimensional quantum group healing event in Los Angeles at the portal of Gateway. On Saturday, I have a full day third eye activation event at Gail's again. And March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I have the fifth dimensional quantum healing training program. It's 2.5 day healing training program here in Los Angeles. It's the first time I'm doing it. On March 10th, 11th, I'm going to come to Norway, and I will be in Trondheim for 1 week doing group healing and the healing training program. From there, I go to Aarhus in Denmark, and then my program keeps going on. You're welcome to check out my schedule on my website, zarathustra.tv. If you have any questions, come on our Facebook page, the Academy of Higher Consciousness page that we have for you, level 1, and you're welcome to come in and write your comments and ask questions, or just send me an email or reach out to us. Nice seeing you all, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.